Welcome back to Breadcrumbs for Life, where simple steps lead to real results. This is Francis, and this is Financial Friday. I don't know about you, but a lot of times when I'm spending money, I'm only thinking about the present moment, how that food is going to taste, how that outfit's going to look, or a trip that I really feel like I need to go on. And for a while, that was fine, but then I realized that what felt good in the moment often didn't feel so good later when I had to suffer because I spent money that I shouldn't have. So I came up with this idea. There's a concept going around now that talks about having one word, like your word for the day, your word for the week, your word about your health, your word about your career, So I thought, why don't I just have a word that I just keep in front of me, and I say to myself when I'm tempted to order food in or do something that I shouldn't, spend money that I don't really need to spend, and so I can save it instead. A word that would help me pause and focus not on what I wanted right now, but on the bigger picture of what I wanted later on. And so I took that word and I wrote it on a card, just one word. Now I'll tell you what it is in a little bit, but now before I go to spend money, I look at that card and I see it and I see a vision of the thing that I really would like to have one day. And why that matters, that it helps me to pause before spending, and it works the majority of the time. And this is why it matters, because we always need to pause before spending, and sometimes just having a word that reminds us of what we really want to do with our finances can help us. It could be saving, it could be retirement, it could be a car. You just whatever your financial goals are, make a word about it and have a moment to remind yourself that your future is worth more than a fleeting feeling that you have right now. They always say about in the future, let your future self thank you for the decision that you make today. Think about that with your finances. When you decide not to buy something you don't really need, so let me encourage you to pick your word or your phrase. It could be debt free, it could be college fund, it could be peace, it could be vacation, whatever represents your bigger picture. And let that word speak louder than the impulse of the moment. Some questions to think about is what drives most of my spending, present pleasure or future goals? If I had a word to remind me of what matters most financially, what would that word be? And how might a simple pause word help me to spend with intention? So, your challenge is to choose a word or phrase that connects with your financial vision. Write it down and keep it somewhere visible, a wallet or phone or sticky note, and practice saying it to yourself the next time you feel tempted to spend. You may even want to put it on your phone as a screensaver so that when you go to use your phone to buy something or order something, you'll say, "Oh yeah, I probably don't need to order that right now." You'll find out a lot of things that you really wanted to buy. If you pause and don't buy them, you'll be glad you did, and you realize you don't really need them anyway. So, the breadcrumb for today is sometimes all it takes is one word to turn impulse into intention. Oh, and by the way, my word is Italy, because I want to go back there one day, and saving for that matters to me more than just a quick purchase in the moment. So, this is Francis. This is Financial Friday. And until tomorrow, leave a breadcrumb and make a difference.